What is going on? Episode 68 with all the boys in the house. Slate's not here, Matt's not here, but the ones who are important are here, baby. Let's go. Just kidding, they're all important. We got Evan, Preacher Man Fitzsimmons, Tim, the doctor, Dice 'em Up Fauna, and Wes, the producer who I'm doing his damn work for him here, Perry. But we'll get him squared out eventually. But hey, boys, we got a thick show. We were talking before we got on. We've got tennis, baseball, college, pros, everything under the sun we get to talk about, and I'm jacked up for it. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's dive right into this sucker. We've got to start with the amazing story of an 18-year-old. Emma, I'm going to mispronounce this really bad. Raducanu. She's from Great Britain. She's 18 years old, and she won the U.S. Open. How cool is that? 18 years old, and you win the U.S. Open.
I like it.
I mean,
who'd she defeat?
Another teenager.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't watch tennis. I don't know. You're the tennis guy, Fitz. You're supposed to tell us.
I know. I didn't watch it because it was the first week of NFL. So I feel like that trumped everything. But
yeah. I mean, look, 18 years old, I just can't imagine winning anything major title. Like, you're going against people in their 30s. That blows my mind.
For sure it was the first time a teenager's won it in like 15 years or something since like one of the Williams sisters.
Yeah, and it might have been even longer than that.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure whoever won was going to get – I think the other girl she beat was also really, really young.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
That sounds right. I mean, it's amazing. Golly, I was just really impressed by her. Looking good. And then your boy, trying to complete the Grand Slam in a calendar year, loses in the finals. Djokovic.
yeah. But he lost to – it was the same guy he faced in – I believe it was the Australian Open. And I can't remember if they met in the Wimbledon or not. But they've been going at it, those two. It's just kind of.
I think this is the first time he kind of got one up on him, right?
Yeah, he finally got him. That it really had been. And part of it was like, Federer didn't compete in Wimbledon. And then I think so. The guy who just won, I'm trying to remember his name. All I remember is he's got a V at the end of his name. Just classic tennis player. But I know that he upset Nadal because everyone wanted Nadal and Djokovic in the Australian Open, and it ended up being this guy. What is his name? I just pulled up. I didn't know we were going to talk about U.S. Open today.
Unprepared. Come on.
Medvedev. Yeah, that guy.
We're going to apologize to his family for that pronunciation, but
no, I mean he was kind of the young. He's been kind of the young guy who's, I guess, next in line with all these goats of tennis. These guys are all, Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, all tied at the top for majors, and this guy's kind of the next guy. And the question will be, obviously, will he be on that level? I don't know. I don't know who can reach kind of that level of tennis, but beating Djokovic is a statement, and he's, as Nadal and Federer are kind of at the end of their careers here, at the end of the road, Medvedev or whatever you say, I don't know how to say his name, Medvedev, he's kind of the next guy up. So big win for him.
And we kind of get a pass on the torch on the women's side, with Emma being 18, the Williams sisters obviously aging, Sharapova obviously aging. This is changing of guards here. Passing the torches.
It makes me feel old.
Yeah, try being our age. But yeah, just really impressive. We've other top news coming out today. That was this past weekend, but news today, Sir John Wall asking to be traded out of Houston. He wants to be gone from the Rockets. They're trying to line up a deal with him. Former DC point guard, 5-time All-Star. Where's John Wall going? Do you want him part of your team?
Going home, I think.
Where's that, Charlotte?
Oh, no. like wherever his mail address is, home. If he's not going to stay in Houston, I don't see any team wanting him.
Oh, you think he's done? Dead. Career done.
Yeah. I just don't see John Wall being – because all the contenders already have their point guard. Like, I can't think of any contender that super duper needs a point guard. It's like that last piece. And then no team wants to take on an old John Wall to, like, help a young rebuilding core. Like, if he comes to Charlotte, he's just hurting LaMelo because John Wall's not going to want to come off the bench. He wants to play. He still thinks he's got it, which I'm not saying he can't be good, but from a franchise standpoint, you either want to win titles now or lose games now to get draft picks, and John Wall doesn't help in either of those situations, I don't think. He's too good to tank, but he's too bad to win a ring.
Where is DeMarcus Cousins at?
It's Lakers, right?
Is he in LA?
Clippers.
He's a Clip.
Clippers. Because I was just thinking, those two, college teammates, obviously
Reuniting.
good friends, that I was just trying to think, like, who would he be linked with? Kind of like, LeBron and D Wade were, friends before they went to the Heat. Maybe that's a connection, but I don't really see John Wall like really with anybody. So I think that's where it's like I don't know the landing spot for John Wall. He seems like he's on his own.
That's how I feel about it. I could see him going to the Clippers, though, like you said, just because they did lose Pat Bev and Rondo. So if he wanted to come off the bench, he's not starting over Reggie Jackson. So I could see him backing him up. But then, like I said, I don't know if John Wall wants to be a backup point guard.
And what's happening in Houston? I feel like they're getting all these big names for the last, I don't know, decade. And it's always like, so-and-so wants out of Houston. So-and-so is forcing their way out. It's like, what's happening with Houston where they're getting they're drawing all these names and they just keep being dumped? Like, I don't know. If I was a Houston Rockets fan, I don't know how I would feel. Like, is that like management or is that like coaching staff? I know they've had a couple coaching flip-flops and I don't know. What do you guys think?
It's got to be from the top, right?
Yes,
Because they've gone through coaches, players. I mean, no one wants to stay in Houston. They're all excited to get there. And it seems like within a year, like, get me the hell out of Houston. Please, dear God. I don't know if it's the city, the locals, the food. I don't know. But people want out of Houston. Get them out. Dead.
I don't know. I think it could be – what were you saying, Wes?
I was talking about what Charles Barkley says about women in Texas. It may have been that.
No, it's not that. Okay, so like part of it, I think their best chance was when they had Capella and Harden, and then they brought in Chris Paul. Like that was because they reached the Western Conference Finals, and I think they played against. I think that was Golden State that they had to go through.
CP3 hurt his hamstring.
Yeah, that was their best chance to reach the finals. Mike D'Antoni, you had Trevor Ariza was lighting it up from three that year. PJ Tucker was playing well. Like that was probably their best team. And then I can't remember if after that season it just fell apart, like they just didn't get back, or if that's when, then they brought in Russell Westbrook. And the thing is, when they brought in Westbrook, they got away from like what made them so good that Western Conference Finals year was they were playing similar to like that Warriors style ball of just like spreading it out. And then Harden's our playmaker. Like Harden's our Steph Curry. But then we're also going to move the ball around and we've got people who can shoot the three, but not as good as some of the other teams. But I feel like when they brought in Westbrook, it just went back to like this ISO ball. It was like, okay, Westbrook ISO, Harden ISO. And you had players like Capella, like, okay, I don't want to play here. And all the other guys like, Ariza, PJ Tucker, like, okay, this is dumb. Like, we're not good. So I don't know. I think there's just certain players that can just kill a team just based on their style of play. And I think Westbrook is kind of one of them. So I'm curious how it goes in LA with Westbrook on that super team. But I don't know. Harden's also kind of like that too. I feel like Harden hasn't really been. Obviously, he's a great scorer, but I don't know. I don't know if you can build a team around James Harden.
Yeah, I think it's almost impossible to at this point. It seems like it is. Going off track history, it just seems like you can't build a winning team around
They
him.
win that ring. CP3 doesn't get hurt, they win that ring. And that's what CP3 is known for. He's going to get you deep in the playoffs and then choke. We saw it this year.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm curious to see John Wall. I remember us being in high school, he was the big name. He was supposed to be, like, questionably better than LeBron. Like, he was up there with him. And then he's had a good career, not the one we expected, I don't think. But, I mean, hell, he had his own dance and song at one point while he was playing ball at UK. Could you imagine his NIL deal?
Oh,
Like,
sure.
he'd be making bank
Yeah.
right now.
Well, it's funny. Like, I don't want to touch on football yet, but like even watching Jameis Winston this week is like Jameis Winston at one point was the guy. He was the guy in college football, and it's kind of like we've been waiting. Like, okay, is he ever going to be the guy? And so, like, I mean, I feel like what you were talking about with John Wall is like he's one of those players as well. Like, he was the man. We thought he was just going to take over, and it never happened. It's always like, oh, well, maybe he just doesn't have the right team. Maybe he doesn't have the right pieces around him. But I don't know. I think, would you call him a bust in a sense? Like, he didn't live up to the hype. And part of it is his ceiling seemed like sky high. And so then it's easy to say, well, he's not good because he didn't reach that level, even though he's been an all-star, he's been a good player.
Yeah.
It's just easy to poke holes because the expectations were so high.
Well, I saw this the other day, and I got to get y'all's opinion since we're talking about it. Who has been the most overhyped athlete that you can think of?
Tim Tebow.
Oh, yeah.
Has to be. Tim Tebow is the number one college player of all time and played, 2 seasons in the NFL?
Yeah. Now, he won a playoff game, damn it.
He did win a playoff game against West's Steelers.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, that'd be mine. Mine would be Tim Tebow. Just, I think he has to be.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything that tops that, and I can't.
Well,
Like-
for me, since I'm a little younger, I would say what's the cute Josh Rosen.
Oh, yeah, Josh Rosen. Yeah.
Even though he has a ring now.
I think he only played like one significant year of college ball and then jumped over, which kind of reminds me of Matt Leinart.
Actually, the only thing is Tim Tebow. When did Tebow get drafted? Because he wasn't like a top pick, so that maybe makes me reserve my statement.
Yeah, but he's still. I mean, everybody knew Tebow.
Yeah,
Everybody.
I mean, he's like the best college quarterback of all time. I mean, like in terms of college, he is, which is wild.
See, mine's Money Menzel.
Oh yeah.
See, that's a good one.
He had a ton of hype. I mean, Drake was in his entourage at one point, like, and just he screwed himself.
Yeah.
Tim, anyone come to mind?
No, I was saying once Fitz said Tebow, I was trying to think of someone that came close, and it's like as much as I don't like to say it, I mean Tebow is probably one of the greatest collegiate football players of all time at quarterback, and going into the draft, everyone's like, oh, like where's he gonna fall? And then as soon as he was drafted by the Broncos, everyone's like, okay, like they're starting to hype him up. And then, yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to find a bigger flop. Like even Manziel had like the reins, right? Tebow, and like I feel like injuries is what gave Tebow the reins. Manziel was just like, hey, this is your team, and he just stunk it up.
Yeah.
Tebow time was crazy though. That's the other thing is I'm also kind of like maybe Tebow was just he was like the perfect amount of hype because no one expected him to be good, and then
he wasn't.
And he wasn't, but he won games.
He won games. Yeah, he found a way.
He like there was hype, and maybe for the right reason, but it was just weird because it's like, why are we so hype about this? Like this guy's awful, but he keeps winning. I don't know. It was just a very
Terrible
weird time.
quarterback.
Very weird time.
One hell of a winner. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Let's move in before we get to football and really dive into it. We got 2 baseball announcements that broke today. It's pretty huge. So let's go ahead and cue that music there. Fitz, I feel like you need to learn how to play on the what is this?
I can play piano. Organ?
Yeah, organ.
I can play piano. I play by ear.
Okay. Look at you.
I do.
Nerd.
My favorite song to play, Fight for Fighting. I'm not scared to fly. Dun, 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 dun.
How do you play with your ear? That's gotta be tough.
It's gotta be.
No,
wicked tough.
like just by
I grew
ear,
up with
Tim.
a guy
You play with your fingers, but you.
Oh, you don't play with your actual ears. Oh, gotcha.
Jesus. All right.
Yes.
This young man, Ryan Braun, 14 years, Milwaukee's home run king, is retiring after 14 seasons. He's calling it quits after this season. So I just want to pour one up to him. I remember watching him when I was younger, and I just can't believe he's still in the league. But shout out to him. He finally gets to retire, made a ton of money. First ballot Hall of Famer, questionable, but I do think he's a Hall of Famer eventually down the road.
I don't know who he is.
Hall of Famer, absolutely. You know, the whole thing's a joke. Put him in
my
there.
Gosh. Tim, put some respect on this man's name.
Put him in there.
And then the other baseball news here, All-Star 2023 is being played in Seattle. Hasn't been played there since 2001. Ichiro was part of that team.
The GOAT.
So I'm glad to see Seattle getting the All-Star game back. I think Seattle is a pretty dope city. I've only passed by it, seen it on pictures, or in videos, but I like Seattle as an All-Star city. I'm behind that.
Great coffee.
Seattle's best.
Stuff's legal there.
Well, it's true. But I'm glad to see it. The only thing I wish Seattle would do, bring back the Supersonics. That's what we
Hey,
need.
I was about to say that.
That's what they need.
But don't take OKC away.
Take them away.
No.
Get them out. All right. Let's move into our roundup of college football, baby. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Cannon. I mean, that song is money. It's money. We had Cannon on in the past. Great dude. Phenomenal dude. Even better music guy. Come on. Go check him out if you don't. Let's just go into it. We'll start with where College Game Day was at. Iowa State, Iowa. This was supposed to be a slugfest. This was supposed to be money. Iowa State was rocking the black unis. They were supposed to murder Iowa. Iowa said not so fast, and they dominated this game all the way through. Like, I don't think it was close minus the initial kickoff. That was close. Iowa was just 20 times better than Iowa State. Your all's thoughts on this game?
I mean, shout out to Game Day, first of all. Love the call by Ashton Kutcher. I guess Iowa native.
Huge Hawkeye fan.
Yeah, which I had no idea. But, all the other guys took Iowa State. Of course, Ashton Kutcher's got to take the Hawkeyes. And then Lee Corso, just one of the great – I thought it was one of his better mascot pulls. You know, Kutcher was dapping him up, but, took out the Hawkeye head. So it was good.
He's definitely lost a step, Corso.
Yeah,
he still has
crazy. It's crazy how you watch old clips and he's got the energy, he's dialed up. He's like us, kind of, just next level though. And now he's got his script. He's like, let me tell you something about Iowa. And you're kind of like, man, Grandpa's really losing it. Yeah. And he's like, give me that hat. And it's like, that's all he has to do is just butcher his way through his script and then put on the hat, and people still go nuts. It is crazy to me. I'm like, how long can he do this? It's crazy.
No, it's wild. And
I miss who is Notre Dame's coach who was on it for a while. He wasn't on College Game Day, but he was on the halftime. Lou Holtz.
Lou
That was
Holtz.
my favorite. Yeah, he was my favorite.
I love me some Lou Holtz. He's a right guy, great guy. But no, like Lee Corso, I feel like they're like, all right, he's gonna tucker himself out, go take a nap, come back to put the helmet on. Life's good, Lee, and then that's what he's there for. But you're right, he gets the people going. I love it. Any other thoughts on Iowa State, Iowa?
In terms of the actual game, I think, obviously Iowa State, even though they were ranked higher than Iowa, I think you would still consider them the underdog because, Iowa State is, the argument, I think there's been an argument, should they be in the Big Ten? Like, are they as good? So I was kind of hoping that it would be more of a contest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's still a decent game, but you're kind of hoping for that barn burner just so Iowa State can say, yeah, we are as good as you. But now it's like, no, like you're still not. Like you're not. We're still Iowa's team, the Hawkeyes. We're still the state team.
Exactly. And we had Red Cups on for Saturday's kickoff show, and he was talking about, like, don't forget Iowa State used to stink. They used to be garbage up until about 3 years ago, and now all of a sudden they started turning around, and they still got some catching up to do. Obviously, I mean Iowa still runs that state. Next game, and this was huge. Killed a lot of parlays out in the world. A lot of people lost some money on this. Ohio State, 14-point favorites, loses to Oregon in a game that's not even close. That score looks close. I promise you, watching that game, Oregon was the better team all 4 quarters, and they got lucky. Ohio State got a little late-minute touchdown to kind of ease the pain there. But Ohio State looked bad. Now, I'm going to tell you, when I knew it was going to be bad is when, I don't know if you guys saw it, the drum major was running out of the tunnel for Ohio State, tripped and fell head first. And I was like, yep, this is a bad sign for Ohio State. And sure enough, Oregon worked their ass.
Well, Ohio State really, I didn't think they looked good against Minnesota either the week before. So I think, again, there's been a lot of changes at Ohio State just from last season. So, yeah, I think the Big Ten could be open for whoever. I mean, just talking about Iowa. I mean, how crazy would it be? Like, could Iowa find its way into the college playoff?
That'd be wild. A team no one's talking about.
Someone that isn't Ohio State. Like, when's the last time
Penn State?
When's the last time the Big Ten person was it Penn State?
I think so.
I feel like every playoff it's Ohio State from the Big Ten. So
it is, yeah. Or Big Ten's not represented.
Yeah.
Wow, Tim, I know you're loving it.
Get them out.
Tim, it's all right. You don't have to be so happy about it. It's okay.
Yo, anyone but the Buckeyes.
You don't like Ohio?
I called the Ducks.
You did.
I don't know. I can't remember who I picked between Iowa and Iowa State. Yeah, I think I probably picked the Cyclones.
Probably. Yeah, I think you did, because I think you probably did like who would want to fight, and you're like a tornado. That just seems like something you would do.
Sounds exactly like me, yeah.
This next coming game, had huge implications, not just on the rankings. Stanford, unranked, goes and whoops the shit out of USC. But that man right there, Coach Helton, fired after this game. Done. Get him out of LA. Get him out of USC. 2 games in. They're 1-1. They said, I've seen enough. You're out.
Who'd they play the first week?
San Jose State, which is San Jose State. Remember, they went undefeated last year up until the bowl game. Pretty dang good squad, but USC wiped the floor with them. They come in, and Stanford just looked like they're on a mission to whoop the hell out of them, and they did.
1 game. That's tough.
How do you think that conversation goes? Is it instantly, like, as soon as he walks through the tunnel? You think maybe they tell him on the headset, like, start of the 4th quarter, like, yeah, buddy, you better enjoy it? Or...
that's you feel it coming for, like, he's been on the chopping block for a while.
He's been
now.
on the hot seat, yeah.
And that's just one where you feel it, and you're like, we better win this week. And then you don't win, and you're like, that's going to be an awkward phone call Sunday morning. That's exactly what happened.
What a missed opportunity by him, though, Like, he could have done something I feel like that's just a moment of like if you know it's gonna happen,
Like, screw it.
yeah, like just do something dumb, you know? Because now you look like a fool. Oh, 2 games in, this guy's already fired.
Tim, now you don't want to do something crazy where you can't
Yeah.
get hired.
Then you don't
No.
get another job.
No, I'm not saying like
You want him to like
Fight the other
have
team.
a tantrum on the field, like
no.
I think he
Or
wants to. I
Gatorade.
think Tim's saying go out guns blazing, like
Yeah,
all
like
streaks, hook and ladders, double reverses,
that's an idea.
just
I'm-
throw it out there. Like
annexation of Puerto Rico.
yeah, man. Like if you're gonna get thwomped and you're gonna get fired, like just do it.
Okay.
But I think going into this game, like if you're USC, you're like, oh, we're gonna win. Stanford is terrible this year. We're ranked number 12 in the nation. This is easy money for us. I was shocked. But the man who's rumored to take that job, and I think things are not going well for Urban Meyer in Jacksonville. And what I think happened is the world is finding out that Urban's not happy in Jacksonville. And USC is like, hey, we could go get Urban. Let's go show him we're serious. Fire this guy. Bring in Urban.
Urban Meyer's been there one summer.
Things are going good.
They played one game this year, and Trevor Lawrence is a rookie. I don't think Urban's gonna be leaving. It like I think he's there at least 2 or 3 seasons. At least.
My
At
inside
least.
sources in Columbus tell me Urban's trying to get back to college after 1 week. He had to cut his boy Tebow. You know that hurt. Trevor Lawrence lost his first ever regular season game in his career, high school, college, pros. Things are bad.
He knew what he was signing up for, though, when he went to Jacksonville. What do you expect?
Yeah, so that's where I'm at, Wes. I agree, Wes.
Just saying.
And they lost ETN.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one hurt. And then one more game we got to talk about, one more upset. Arkansas beats Texas. They welcome them
I watched
to the SEC with just a throttle. Once again, talked about this with the Red Cup people on Saturday's show, and we said Arkansas is going to win here because SEC and Big 12 football are two different animals, and Arkansas is a bottom feeder, still whooped the hell out of Texas.
Yeah. Texas will never be back.
I'm here for that take.
I don't know if they were good ever since I've been alive, but they definitely haven't been good since I've been in the football. And all I've heard is this is our year. Texas is like, it's something up with Texas teams in the pros, college. Like, it's always their year, but it never turns out.
That's facts. Any other thoughts on this?
I don't know. The more I'm thinking about it, I really like Wes's point. Maybe it's Texas. Maybe it's the whole state of Texas, like the Houston Rockets, you know?
The women.
Yeah, I mean Houston Rockets, we them boys,
Astros.
cheating.
Hey, watch it. I mean,
I'm with that take.
you got Deshaun Watson out there.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like,
Cowboys. I mean, Cowboys are like the same as the Longhorns.
Yeah,
Every
they think
year,
there's
they
something.
think it's their year.
But they're
Nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Texas,
Get them out.
get him
Yeah.
out.
I think they're regretting the decision. Like, damn, can we come back? Like, do we have to jump to the SEC now?
I think they did it strictly just for money.
Oh,
Like, they
yeah.
knew, like, we're not going to win. We can win money, though.
It's money, and it's that once in a blue moon you actually have a good season.
Yeah.
Now you get a chance to go compete for national title, more money, more revenue. Absolutely.
I did get a really nice Texas jersey this weekend, though. And Arizona.
Okay. All right. Let's move into the NFL, boys.
Yes, this is what I've been waiting for.
Week 1 was electric.
Let's go.
Now, week 1 scores, bang, right there. and only one of us gets to brag here. Well, I guess two because Wes is here.
Woohoo!
Only two of us got our wins this Sunday. Cincinnati beats Minnesota, and Pittsburgh, shocking the world, shocking all of us, beats Buffalo. Everybody else's team on the pub, not too good. Not off to a hot start.
Can I start us off?
Go for it.
What the hell happened to Aaron Rodgers, Fitz?
Are we ready to go in? Are we
yeah.
ready?
Hold
Okay.
on. I don't think we're ready yet.
Okay.
Let's save that. That might be our dessert.
Okay,
before our
I'm
pick.
ready. I'm ready to go in. You tell me when. I'm ready. I will say this: the only good thing about the Packers getting smacked in the mouth. Now, there's a few good things, but one is when everybody else in the NFC North loses, I'm fine with it. So, Hacky, thank you to your Bengals for taking them out in overtime. That was very crucial for us.
Shout out to Tim's boy, Matty Stafford, putting up numbers against Chicago.
He's winning the Super Bowl, but my Lions, man, I'm so damn proud of them. That's the happiest I've been in a loss. For the last decade, at least, maybe even 15 years. If any Lions team was down 28 points, we would have just took it. We would have just been like, I'm out of here later. The fact that the entire time Dan Campbell kept his cool. They showed several, video shots of him on the sideline. He's not, he's very neutral. He's not going overboard one way or the other. And they just fought back. I mean, we got lucky with some things, of course, but man, that is I've never been jumping up and down in my living room for a Lions game that we could tie the game. I was sitting there jumping, and my wife is looking at me like I'm crazy. And I don't know the last time I jumped during a football game like that for a Lions game. So, I mean, we lost. Like Evan said, I'm glad everyone in the NFC North lost, but geez, my boys, we're going somewhere, man.
I agree, Tim. I thought that the Lions showed a lot of fight. I thought the Bears showed a lot of fight against the tough Rams team. And it was just what my Packers lacked. When we want to talk about what went wrong with Aaron Rodgers, is where was the fight? Is for my team, it just looked like we laid down. And I think there's a lot in that. It's only week one, but that looked like the team that was defeated from the NFC Championship. It looks like we still kind of had that hangover of oh my gosh, things aren't going our way. And it's snowballing on us. That's what happened to us when we played Tampa last year the first time, and when we played them in the playoffs. It was that's what I was watching. I was watching those Packers just kind of lay down, and that was frustrating. So, Tim, I totally understand. It's just seeing the resilience, seeing them fight back.
Yeah.
Oh man. How you gonna do me like that?
Dom said it, man, and it's it's true. We're gonna get there though. We're gonna talk about poor Evan and your Packers because a lot of people want to talk about it. But Tim, you're right. Me and my father-in-law were redoing our floors in our bottom floor, and we stopped everything we were doing and just watched the amazing comeback that almost was. And we were just like, "Whoa! If they do this, this is amazing." And it was awesome. I was excited for you because, like we talked about in the past, bad franchises stick together, baby. Bengals and Lions, we're through and through, baby.
That's right.
Well, did the Niners put in Lance at one point? That, I thought I saw Lance on the field instead of Garoppolo, and I was like, "Oh shoot, they're up by so much that Lance is playing."
Well, yeah, Garoppolo, I guess, was the primary quarterback the whole game. Lance even made an appearance on the first drive, so
okay,
it was clear that they had some packages for Lance, and I think he threw once and every other time he ran. So it wasn't anything.
Okay. But did he come on like to take a drive at any point or
No, not a full drive.
Okay.
He was
Okay.
coming
Here
for
and
one
there.
play,
And that
and then
answers,
he was
that
out.
answers
Yeah.
my question.
It was
I
like
thought,
Gordon Fields.
yeah, I thought they were up by so much. There's like, screw it, like put in Lance because I just saw him on the field and I was like, what? Okay, but that makes sense.
Let's, my Bengals, we went off a very, very similar game than last season. Our first game comes down to a field goal. I'm like, fat Randy Bullock. Psych. We got McPherson there. We drafted a kicker. That's why you draft a kicker. Hits it for us. Big game for us. Full circle moment for the jungle in Cincinnati. I was excited for that. Moving on to the next game, though. Atlanta was terrible. Matt Ryan, he's done. We've talked about him before. He's got to be done, right?
I think this is the worst team in the league is the Falcons. I think they're securing the first round pick next year. They're just awful. I don't think they've lost so many pieces. They don't have a defense. They don't have a running back. They lost Julio. I think this is totally rebuilding. I think they get the first round pick. They draft a rookie. Matt Ryan's done. I mean,
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
Atlanta's lucky if they win 2 games this year. And one of them will be Carolina because they always beat Carolina.
You're not wrong. Any other games we want to talk about?
We skipped over one pretty big game.
Oh, all right. Your Steelers beat the Bills. Shout out.
We beat them, yeah. Not like we didn't have 23 unanswered points. Okay.
No, Steelers are dangerous. Steelers are dangerous. Cardinals are dangerous.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are I think this is the team to watch.
Kyler Murray, electric.
Kyler Murray,
Chandler Jones, a damn video game on defense.
5 sacks from Jones. That team's scary. I didn't think the running backs played bad for the Cardinals. Like that was the big question mark. But they had running backs had 63 yards, 53 yards on just just a handful of carries. So that's a scary team. Like again, I think we said a few weeks ago, I think Kyler makes his playoff appearance this year. And I think we're gonna see, he could even be in the MVP conversation. It's week 1. But no, I'm very impressed by the Cardinals right now.
A team that did not impress me was the team they were playing in the Titans. What the hell happened to them?
I think they got a lot of missing pieces from the past 2 years, and they're trying to rebuild it. They're trying to put it together. Poor Taylor Lewan, man.
Got his ass handed to him.
Chandler Jones ran up and day on him. But I think they're going to bounce back. Coach Vrabel's a tough SOB. He's going to get them right.
Yeah.
It's going to take some time, though. Well, Fitz, I think it's time. And before we get your breakdown here, let's get your breakdown.
Okay, so first thing is I was reading the Madison Times. It's some Wisconsin articles. So this is the worst defeat in the Aaron Rodgers QB era for the Packers. Like we have never had a defeat this bad with Aaron Rodgers at the helm. And I mean, of course, the big story is going to be this offseason. Was he at training camp? Should we have played our starters in preseason? And I think that's where, LaFleur takes a lot of blame and says, I think it's fair to ask, should we have started our starters more? I just want to lift up, I think the key piece of this game that no one's talking about, and it's really bothering me, but no one's talking about the fact that our 2 all-pro offensive linemen were not in. And you talk about Corey Linsley is not even on the Packers anymore. Our center who was all pro for years. We had to let him go because we paid Aaron Rodgers, we paid Aaron Jones, we paid Devontae Adams. And he was the guy that got cut. And I think that was a big mistake on our end. Like I just said at the time, that's killer. Like, he's such a key piece for us. But then Bakhtiari, he's still coming back from his injury. So we didn't have Bakhtiari. We don't have Linsley. It's a completely different O-line. And basically in that game, it's like what happened to Aaron Rodgers? It's like he didn't have time to throw. It's like his interceptions were forced. Yeah, they were bad plays. But golly, stop throwing that out there. But I think the O-line's a key part of it. But also, you got to credit the Saints. I think if there's a book on how to beat the Packers, It's what the Saints did. It's what the Bucks did to us twice. And there's been other teams that basically the strategy is it's almost like the Jordan rules with Tim's Bad Boys. That there is a strategy to beat Aaron Rodgers. And I think teams have figured this out now. Like they have just figured this out in the last, like, I've seen it in like the last 3 years. But what you do is it's pretty simple. Limit how many times Aaron Rodgers gets the ball. So that means you get 3 and outs right away. And you execute that game plan that you just got to get them off the field right away. And then when you get the ball, you just run the clock. You just eat as much clock as you can, just like chunk plays and run it down. And again, as soon as you get it back to Aaron, just do the best you can to get it back. But it's just like that time of possession is key. Mm-hmm. And like if you look at that game and a lot of the games we've lost with Aaron in his career, and especially in the past few years, it's like, how many possessions did we have in the first half? I mean, if you were watching the game, the first half was over in 50 minutes because the Saints were just running the ball with Kamara, or they were doing these little chunk plays with Jameis, and they were just getting pressure on the quarterback. Like we had 3 possessions, I think, in like the entire first half. And it's just like, that's the recipe to beat the Packers. I've just seen it. And part of it is, like for the Packers offense last year, when things are clicking, like when we're moving the ball well and we're efficient, you know, it's beautiful and it's perfect. But if we're not dialed in, it's just a recipe for disaster. And this is where not having a defense has killed us, because we won our Super Bowl because we had the number 1 defense in football. We have not had a defense like that in 10 years. And when you can't stop a team and they can just run it all over you, you can't win games. And that's basically what's happened. So everyone going, what's happened with Aaron Rodgers? I'm looking at it like there's the whole team. Yes, we've got a lot of great pieces, a lot of great weapons, but we got to see significant changes on the defensive side of the ball, and especially offensive line, as we've, you know, so I don't know what it's going to take.
Well, I'm going to tell you, outside looking in, yeah, Green Bay looks rough, but looking at these 2 stats right here, similar yardage, similar attempts, but that QBR is killer.
Yeah.
13.5 QBR for Rodgers, while Jameis is 92.5. 5 tutties to 0 tutties.
All right, I don't think those QBR – it should be a 36.8 QBR for Aaron Rodgers.
That's his raw QBR. All right, that's what we do here. Okay. All right, I'm John Gruden it.
I don't like the raw number. I like the.
Yeah, you like the curve. You like the learning curve.
I like the curve. The curve's good.
You know, I was shocked by this score, but 2 offensive linemen are out. Good luck. Rodgers said on the Pat McAfee show today, Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays, his first interception, he got nut tapped twice, and it made him just cough up the ball just it whistled on him. But tough.
Yeah, but it was bad. I mean, whoever it was, I think it was like a right guard, just totally got like he just let the dude by. I mean, there's no chance. So
it was rough.
Yeah, and then the only other thing was, okay, so here's the other thought I had. So watching the game, it's getting the fourth quarter time, and I think it was 24-3. And I'm like, okay, we got to have the perfect fourth quarter. We got to get the ball back, and then 3 scores. And it's very reminiscent of the Packers-Bears 3 years ago, where it was 20-3 going in the fourth quarter, and then Rodgers, we come out on top. We somehow pull off the miracle, a great comeback. And I'm like, it's going to happen. And we get an interception in the end zone. Jameis throws a pick, but they call roughing the passer on Zadarius Smith. You watch that play, it's that rule coming back. It's that inconsistent rule on what is unnecessary roughness. And it's like there's a part of me that I'm looking at it like, man, the Packers really suck. There's also a piece that's like, yo, like we got the ball back fourth quarter, like right before the fourth quarter. You know Aaron's going to drive the field, score, and we're at least, now, okay, so now it's 21-10 or whatever.
Yeah.
Or it's 24-10. Now, all right, defense get a stop, and they know, all right, Aaron Rodgers is going to carry us. Like there was almost a frame of mind. I'm like, okay, I'm glad we got punched in the mouth because it shows we got a lot to fix versus if Rodgers had just done his bullshit and find out a way to win, then now we're like, oh, Rodgers is the greatest comeback. And I'm like, we suck. Like we actually like sucked in this game. So I don't know. There's an alternate reality or an alternate universe where they don't call roughing the passer on Smith. We get the interception and the Packers find a way. But no one talks about it.
No.
They just talk about how shitty Aaron Rodgers was, and it's like.
Any other thoughts here?
You know who else's team has a brand new offensive line but still won?
All right. Monday night's game. I don't know if you guys saw it. This game was amazing.
It's crazy.
Ravens, Raiders. And I've got to talk about the Manning connection. I loved their commentary. I thought I knew football. Nah. Manning's taught me something. I haven't been taught by a commentary in a very long time. Peyton Manning, Eli Manning taught me a lot there. I really enjoyed listening to these two cats talking about it. They had Ray Lewis. They had Russell Wilson on there. Amazing job done by them. I'm going to watch them from here on out on Monday Night Football.
Man, I didn't hear them. I heard Greasy and Steve Levy, but I didn't hear those guys.
ESPN 2.
Dang it. That was my problem.
It was awesome. There's one point Eli Manning said, hey, Ray Lewis, would you rather have $10,000 or quarters filled up one of Peyton Manning's helmets? Probably turn out the same because he got a big helmet. I just love it. I was here for it. And that game was electric. Going to overtime. Looks like the Raiders have won it. Nope. He's down. He's short. Ravens make a goal line stand. They pick him off. They pick off Carr. And then Lamar starts marching, fumbles the ball. Touchdown, Las Vegas. They get the win. That was amazing.
Yeah. I don't know if amazing. It was weird. Like it was so weird because it was just like, oh, the Ravens are going to win this game. And then, oh, the Raiders, they're coming back. Oh, they got it. And then, yeah, it looked like the guy got in. They put him back on the one. You throw a pick. Well,
have we learned nothing from Seattle?
Like
run.
Yeah. It was like, just kick the field goal, right? Or like, what did they – because they could have kicked the field goal and
then Ravens get a chance.
Yeah, but still, oh, my gosh. And then Lamar fumbled. It was just weird.
It's ironic that the pick come off of Willie Snead's hands, who's been with the Ravens for the past like 3-4 years.
That's true.
He's the ugliest player in the NFL as well.
What a good game. I really enjoyed it.
Is it fair to say that it's game of the year already?
No.
Like the whole
for week one? For week one, I'll give it to him.
The rest of the year.
No, I can't say that. I don't know. I don't think because it's sloppy.
I haven't seen a game that like crazy in a long time.
That's true. Let's talk about real quick before we go into our picks. We've got to talk about the rookie quarterbacks. They did okay, not great. They all three lost though. Lawrence, Jones, Wilson all lost in their debut. Is this the worst quarterback class ever?
Oh God, too early to tell. I mean, part of it, I was too high. Like I thought they were all going to find a way to win. I liked some of those matchups. I think Wilson. I thought he looked better once he had a rough first half. He also he took some shots. Like Zach Wilson, he got knocked around. But I was impressed by him in the second half. I thought he made some good throws. Made it interesting against the Panthers. I didn't get to see Jones. I didn't get to see Mac Jones play. But then Trevor Lawrence, kind of similar. I thought in the second half, he kind of fourth quarter, he got some late time touchdowns, was slinging it a little bit. I don't know. I think it's really hard. It's really hard to like come in week one as a rookie.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
And do some damage. It doesn't happen.
Air Bear, Burrow, they're different breeds. You're not going to find them every draft class. And
Herbert didn't start.
Yeah, he did
last season. No.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor got his lung punctured.
Yeah,
but
he
didn't start till like week 5.
Yeah,
that's right.
Later. It was later.
That's right.
That's what I'm
saying. Touche.
It's like
see what you're saying.
I can see Fields coming in like week 5 and like
Dyson.
lighting it up.
Yeah.
Or like again, like I see Wilson like after a few games, like him just starting to like progress, and that's how I see a lot of these. Like week 1 though, you're coming in as the rookie. It's not
It's hard.
preseason. Like
No.
it's just the speed of the game.
I knew
Like, there's no
Wilson
way
was
to-
screwed when
Yeah,
the Panthers put out that Twitter video of the Panther running around the stadium,
that was crazy.
tearing through the Jets banner. I said, yeah,
Yeah.
he's screwed.
That looked like some Hunger Games stuff when they
It
put
really
in,
I don't
like
want
the.
to my own horn, but if you go back to a few episodes ago when we were talking about sleeper defenses, I did say the Carolina Panthers.
I'm snagging them
Yeah.
on my fantasy league.
That's a good call.
They are sneaky.
And then poor Trevor Lawrence, man. His quarterback's his head coach is on the way out. He's going to USC. He's ready to fight on.
That's not happening.
Let's talk about some other rookies here. Wide receivers had a day. Wide receiver draft class looks real damn good. Any thoughts on it?
Jamar Chase can catch the ball.
Hey, he didn't say he couldn't catch it. He didn't say he couldn't see it. He said it was
That
different.
was stupid.
Yeah. Media twisting people's words around. What the hell is that about? But
Yeah, Parker. I was just gonna say, I think so. Like, I guess coming up into week 1 with all this hype, or not? I guess not hype. I guess trash about Jamar and how he can't catch, and what I've seen with Panay, like over during the preseason, I was like, man, Parker's got to be ticked because I mean we basically just stole him. But I was very pleased to see like he lit it up. Him and Joey had the connection going because, like you said, we gotta struggle together here. And I was like, man, that was awesome. So I'm glad it's been working out for you guys.
Yeah, and like at preseason and regular season are different, and I think the players know. Even as a rookie, you know this is practice speed, game speed. It's a little different. He's rolling out. I feel good about it. I'm not 100% confident, but I feel better than I did in the preseason. A lot better. And then the other guys, Waddell and Smith, put on shows for Miami and Philly, respectively. I mean, this wide receiver draft class is looking really, really good.
Did you just call him Waddell?
Yeah, I did. I didn't mean to. But really impressed by those. On the opposite side, though, rookie running backs did not have a great day. No rookie running back produced.
I don't know. I think again, I think it's something that just takes time. Like I'm curious to see the progression of Najee Harris. He played against a tough Bills team, but he's clearly the guy in Pittsburgh. So just curious to see how he'll progress. Michael Carter splitting carries with a team of guys in New York, and I'm really high on Michael Carter. And same in Denver is you got Melvin Gordon and
he stole the show.
Yeah, so I mean, part of it is like a lot of these guys are still trying to get reps. Najee Harris is the one you might say, okay, Najee Harris, we need more from you because he's supposed to get more touches. But yeah, I don't really know if there is anybody else besides Najee Harris who's like a rookie and like the guy or gonna be one of the key pieces.
This is the first draft I can remember in a long time where a running back wasn't taken the first 28 picks.
Yeah.
27.
Or they're just drafted on teams with committee, like Trey Sermon with the Niners.
Yeah.
And they've got a ton of guys. They've got
now Morsett's done with a torn ACL, so he's going to get a little more load now. Maybe Trey Sermon, maybe he'll prove me wrong here, but I was not sold on him. Tim, any thoughts? Wes, any thoughts?
No, I was going to talk about Najee. The first half, I'm not going to say he didn't look the most comfortable. Like we were talking about earlier with the QBs. Like that first game, it looked like it was kind of getting to him. Like there was one play specifically where he faked the handoff and was going to do like a little option route to the left or right sideline. And he never got his head around and been throwing the ball, and they kind of fussed him out over that. So just little stuff. I don't know if like nerves were getting to him. But in the second half, he definitely looked a lot better. Obviously didn't produce too much. But I know in the second half, like the first drive, he had like a 19-yard run. But he should have had a touchdown, but Ben overthrew him. Because he would have been one-on-one with the corner, but Ben led him too much.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see where he goes. But last year, Pittsburgh, because our run game was so horrible, our run game turned into 2-yard quick passes. And we were kind of doing the same thing with that. We probably ran – if we ran 100 snaps on offense, we probably ran little wide receiver screens like as soon as it hits Ben's hand, 15 of them. And that's pretty much our run game. It's just quick little screens like that. And it worked. I'm not knocking it, but I would like our offensive line. We have 4 brand new players, and then our starting right tackle isn't going to be starting once Zach Banner gets healthy. So I don't know. It's only room to grow from here. So that's why I'm not upset that Najee only had 54 yards, or 46.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of room to grow is the way I look at it.
I grew up remembering Pittsburgh running the ball, the bus going through there. Even recently with James Conner, like his first year, they were giving him the rock and he was able to run it. Le'Veon Bell, and I
it's different.
It's different. Sure. It's a different wave. And then one person we got to talk about. Cowboys bring ratings, boys. We got to talk about him. Sorry, Tim. Dak Prescott. Welcome back to the NFL, son. 400-plus yards, throwing some tutties against Tampa Bay's defense on Thursday Night Football. Shout out to Dax. I'm glad to see him back from injury. I know he plays for the Cowboys. We're not a huge Cowboy show here, but Dax Prescott, welcome back to the NFL, son.
I don't know why you call him Dax. It's definitely Dak.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, every time.
But I don't hate it either. No, I thought Dak looked really good. And it's interesting with Dallas this year is so they had Tampa in the opener. They don't have like a playoff opponent until it's like November. Like I think they've got when is it? I just wrote it down. Yeah, so it's not till like November, and then they'll have the second half of the year. They got Kansas City, Vegas, who could be tough, New Orleans, and then Arizona. But that's really it. Like everyone else they play, it's a really easy schedule. So like they could really get it going here and get on a win streak. And yeah, I think Dak, looked phenomenal. He looked like one of the premier quarterbacks in the league. The other thing, we didn't talk about Brady, and I do just want to say, Brady amazes me. It just still like it's been 2 decades, and it's Thursday Night Football. The Buccaneers are behind, and they get the ball back, and you're just like, all right,
yeah,
it's over. Like it's like Brady's about to go drive the field. Like it is amazing that he is 44 years old, or however 43, 44 years old, and he's still doing it. And he's like, I love that Chris Collinsworth was even like, he's like, ow, he's better than he was when he was 24.
Yeah. And
I didn't think it was a crazy take. Like Brady, like after Brady won those first 3 Super Bowls, those 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, I think Tom Brady's better now than he was after those first 3 Super Bowls. It's crazy. It's unheard of.
Avocado ice cream
And just the diet. I mean, I don't know what he's done, but he has beaten Father Time.
Tim, you're the doctor. How do you beat Father Time?
A, I'm not a doctor. B, I feel like to beat Father Time, you have to, I don't know.
Name Tom Brady.
Yeah, I guess you just have to buck up. Say, you have to say, Father Time, you want a little action?
What?
Tom Brady's saying you can come catch this. And he puts it away.
Don't.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think it's time for pick'ems.
Hey, pick'ems, here we go. Tim, you just brought out a knife. This is awesome. This show's the best damn show ever.
First thing I grabbed on my desk. So.
That put the image of the Notre Dame like fighting Irish guy, just Tom Brady's face on him.
I love it. Well, Tim, you earned it. Let's start with your boy Matty Stafford. LA Rams taking on the Colts, which they lost to the Seattle Seahawks. Did not look good in that game. Spread is -4. LA's the favorite. Over under set at 47.5 points.
My boy is going to the moon. I'm getting the Rams. I'm taking the Rams literally every game this season. I think, seriously, like Matthew Stafford, the first drive, second or third play, bootleg, and Stafford just launches it for a touchdown. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, he is going to get success finally. Like, I'm so excited for him. So every game, give me the Rams. Go ahead and put it in the books. Rams Super Bowl.
Go ahead, hammer those odds.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Tim. I don't hate it. I think this is a perfect fit for Stafford. It's exciting. We get to really see how good Stafford is. He's got the right offense. He's got a great coach, and he's got a defense that his defense is going to get him the ball and allow him to make plays and lead the team. So I like the Rams as well. Not impressed with the Colts. I think their defense was a little good, maybe a little underrated, but the Colts have a lot of work to do. But I'll take the Rams.
I'm going Rams. Jalen Ramsey's best defensive player in the league.
Yeah. Ramsey, Darnold, that defense is stout. Stafford throwing up dimes. My only concern is next week, they got Champa Bay. Maybe a little preview of NFC Championship. Maybe they're looking ahead to next week. Maybe they're not worried about the Colts.
Can't do that.
Can't do that. Not in this league.
Can't do that.
But give me the Rams. I'm taking them, baby. Let's go. I was high on the Colts earlier, but what I saw this past week, I was not impressed. Houston Texans, Cleveland Browns. Cleveland has not won an opening week game in 17 seasons, including this year. Lost to KC when they're up big, had their heart ripped out on them. Cleveland is a 12.5-point favorite here against the Texans, though. 48 is set for the over.
Give me the Texans.
Give me the Rams. I'm just kidding. I'm going Cleveland. Man, they were looking kind of sharp there this last week. So we'll see. We'll see if there's some consistency this season.
Wes, you're going Houston?
I'm betting on Tyrod Taylor.
You're out of your mind. I'm going Cleveland.
I hate Cleveland.
You know, Tyrod looked good. That's QB1 and watch.
We didn't talk about him.
Well, I wanted to, but Fitz rambled for half an hour about the Packers and why they lost because he didn't eat a cereal on Sunday morning.
I apologize.
Sorry, Tim, I stole your line, but Tyrod looked good, and I'm a big Tyrod Taylor fan. Love what he's done. I think he's had the worst luck in the NFL I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I'm taking Cleveland to win, but I will take this point spread for Houston. 12.5, that's easy points. Tyrod keeps them competitive. They keeps them in it. And give me that over in 48. Both these offenses can score.
So Cleveland had Kansas City on the ropes last week. They had them on the ropes. And Houston beat Jacksonville. So I'm taking Cleveland.
Kansas, we'll get to Kansas City. I got a whole take on them. Give me a second.
Okay.
Let's go. Cincinnati, who they, baby? Let's roll the jungle. Coming off 1-0, Bears 0-1. Bengals are a 3-point dog to Chicago. This is Andy Dalton's revenge tour game. He gets Cincinnati at Soldier Field and gets to try to dice them up. Over under set for 45 points.
Give me the dog. That's right. Calling it Burrow. 4 tugs.
4 tutties.
Getting them. And it's not going to be to any of the same receivers. Pop, 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 pop. Calling it.
Spreading the love.
Yep.
I'm going to take the Bears. I thought they showed some fight against a tough Rams team. I like the Bears.
I'm going Bears just because of their defense. I think this is where y'all O-line get exposed.
That's fair. Bring out the nunchucks for this one. Give me Cincinnati easy against Chicago. We took down the best NFC North opponent, the Vikings, last week.
All right.
Get the Bears out of here. Let's go, Cincinnati. Moving on. Washington team against New York Giants. The team is set at 3.5-point favorites. Over-under set at 41 points.
The team.
Fitzmagic, done for 6 to 8 weeks. Hip dislocated on him. Old man problems. And just landed awkwardly. If you watch the replay of it, does not look like a hard tackle. It just landed awkwardly on the hip. It subluxed on him. And now we got Taylor Heineke, if I can talk, taking the reins, going against Johnny Dimes. Danny Dimes. Damn it. Every time.
Vanilla Vic.
Vanilla Vic. That's right. That's a great nickname, Wes.
Well, boys, get out the scouting report. What does the scouter say? The Giants stink. Get them out of here. We're going Washington football team. I was watching the Giants, and something was stinking bad. And I was like, what is this rotten smell? And it's Jason Garrett. Oh, my gosh. I knew he was trash on the sideline. Get him out of here. The guy calls plays from high school and at NFL level. We know what you're running. You have Saquon Barkley. Giants stink. Scouting report says it stinks.
I'm hopping on that.
So everyone's sleeping on Taylor Heineke. I don't know why everyone's like Cam Newton needs to reunite with Ron Rivera. There's all these, they need a quarterback. McLaurin doesn't have a QB and all this. I think Heineke proved that he can be a gamer in the playoffs. I'm excited to see what he does in Thursday night in the spotlight. Give me Washington. I'm excited to see what Taylor Heineke can do.
They need to call Robert, man. I want to see it happen. I want to see RG3 come back.
They don't need him. They got Heineke. They got their guy.
But I want to see it.
Nobody wants to see that.
I want to see it.
Yeah. Give me Washington. Give me their poop FedEx Field. Whatever it is. Washington gets it done easy. Touchdown Jesus and the Jags taking on Teddy Two Gloves in the Broncos. Broncos -6 favorite, 45.5 points over under set.
Give me the Broncos. Just because Jacksonville sucks.
Yeah, I'm going Broncos too. Matt's going to be eating his words by the end of the season when Detroit has a much better record than Jacksonville.
I'm going to take Jacksonville. I think Trevor Lawrence has a better day.
Yeah, honestly, 3 tutties, 300-plus yards, 3 picks. That hurt him, though. But his head coach is out the door. He's going to L.A. Oh. Give me the Broncos. New Orleans, Jameis, LASIK, Winston out there going against CM22 and Sam Darnold. New Orleans set at only 3.5-point favorite. Now, 8 staff members got the damn Rona in the Saints organization. So they're going to be without 8 staff members. That could be coaches. That could be trainers. No players are on that list, though. Over-under set at 44 points.
And this is the toughest one so far to me. Why you act shocked when I said that, Hacky? You think it's obvious, Saints?
The Saints just dog-walked Green Bay.
Yeah.
Panthers lost to the Jets.
I'm feeling the Panthers though. Something's telling me to take the Panthers, so I'm gonna take them. I'll bet on the defense.
I'm with Wes. I like Carolina's defense. Give me Carolina.
I'm going the Saints. I think McCaffrey is going to keep them in the game more than Darnold will, and I think it'll be close, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to New Orleans.
Give me the Saints. Give me that 3.5. They're winning by at least 7. Over under, I ain't touching, but I don't know what you guys see in Carolina, but I don't see it. I'm sorry, Dom. I know you're watching. I don't know if I believe in the Carolina Kitty Cats yet. This Sam Darnold.
But you believe in the Saints already?
I believe in LASIK Jameis. Dude is Dyson.
See, I guess.
Let's start with this intriguing matchup. The Steelers taking on Las Vegas Raiders. Pittsburgh, 5.5-point favorite. Over under set at 47.5 points. What do we say?
That's where I turn into Tim. Every week, I'm betting the house on the black and gold. I don't care who we're playing, where we're playing them at. Every day of the week, you bet the house on them, and especially on Sundays.
No, Pittsburgh's dangerous. I'm excited to see them. They've got a really tough schedule this year versus last year they had a pretty easy schedule. They got some tough opponents, but I think this is a better team. Just Roethlisberger's got to stay healthy, but that defense it's one of the best in the leagues, and yeah, you can bet your house on it, Wes. So I'm gonna take the Steelers.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you guys. From what I saw with the Raiders, yeah, they have these glimpses of some decent moments, but I really think a defense is what really accentuates an offense, and Steelers showed it towards the end of that game. So Steelers it is.
Now, we're talking a lot of defense here. You got to give props to the Raiders. Stopping Lamar Jackson, one of the most explosive quarterbacks we've ever seen, with Hollywood Brown. I mean, they can play some defense. Max Crosby is a man on a mission.
He scares me.
Yeah.
Honest.
And now their defensive line, they're hurting. They got a couple injuries there. Max and Carl are great, phenomenal, but there's only two out of the four positions there. They need some extra help. If they get back healthy, I might switch my pick here. But this is at Heinz Field. This is at Pittsburgh. That's a hard place to win.
Game with fans in 2 years.
Yeah. Give me the Steelers. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I'll take Steelers money line here.
Oh, yeah.
That was the first time I've ever taken the Steelers on the show.
Woo-hoo.
Philadelphia Eagles going against the 49ers. 49ers 3.5-point favorite. Over under set at 50. Philly coming off that amazing game, 36-3 against Atlanta. San Fran about blowing it against Detroit. What do we say?
Give me the Birds. I'm going to take them. I think the hot streak from last week, and then I think that, hey, we almost lost to Detroit might stick around in San Fran. So I'm going to stick with Philly. Oh, yeah, I'm coming hot this week. I'm going Philly.
I'm going to go San Fran. Call it recency bias. I actually watched that game, obviously, more than I watched Philadelphia. You can definitely tell San Francisco kind of eased up on the gas, and we try to take advantage of it. And I don't think they're going to give that chance again. So I'm going with San Fran.
Yeah, I think Atlanta was that bad when Philly won. I don't think that was much of a contest. I think San Fran's really good. Like I think they're going to be back. Again, that defense is stingy. I believe in Garoppolo. I'm going to take the 49ers, and I think they have this pretty handedly.
I'm going to take San Fran as well. Like, Philly's coming off an amazing game against the worst team in the league, Evan, you're saying. San Fran, I think they get their ass chewed out this week. They come back, pedal to the metal. They win by at least 10 against Philly. Here we go. A rookie quarterback is finally going to get a dub. Wilson versus Mac 10 Jones. New England 5.5 favorites. Over under 43 points.
I'm going Pats. Just because the Jets are the Jets. I don't have any logical reason.
Yeah, I'm going New England as well.
Yeah, Mac versus Zach. I think Zach's going to have the better day as a quarterback, but it's that Patriots defense. I just can't. I can't go against Belichick. I think that's a lot to throw at Zach Wilson, but I don't think Mac Jones has a great day either. So I think it's gonna be a real defensive struggle. But I'm gonna take the Patriots.
I'm with you. I like that a lot. I'm going to take the under in this 43 points. I know it doesn't seem like a lot for the total team scores, but I'm going to take the under because I think it's a defensive slugfest here. Give me New England, but mark my words. If New England does not win this game, Belichick's now in the hot seat in New England.
What?
Mark my words.
No way.
If they lose to the Jets,
No.
he's in the hot seat. Let's stay within that division. Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins. Dolphins coming off of that 1-point win against New England. They're in that driver's seat in the AFC. Buffalo Bills coming off that loss. Bills 3.5-point favorite. Over under set at 47.5.
You know, I just got to stop you right there. I feel like we didn't give Parker enough flack. I had a take maybe 2 weeks ago that Jameis was going to have a better season than Josh Allen, and you guys every one of you took a massive dump on me. And here, look at Parker says Bill Belichick is going to be on the hot seat if he loses this game. I just want everyone to remember that. All right? Continue. I'm sorry I interrupted you. I just had to get that off my chest. Jameis threw 5 touchdowns, by the way.
Yeah, only 148 yards. 30.
No, I think that Tim, I still think your take is just aging like a fine wine. I love it. I think every week.
This is coming from Vanilla Vic fan. Get it out of here. Dead.
Hey man, stuff keeps up. We might see Jameis have a better year.
All right. Dolphins, Bills, who we got?
Give me Buffalo by a mile. I think they're going to beat the hell out of them.
Give me Miami by a country mile. They're going to beat the dog tar out of them.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to not take Buffalo. I do like Miami. I think they're a little sneaky. I'm still not sold on Tua. Like he's still just a little inconsistent for me. I'm gonna take Buffalo, but I think it is interesting. But yeah, Buffalo. They should take this one.
Pass your drink over here. Because it's going to be an interesting first half. After that, Buffalo Bills runs away with it. Give me the Bills plus that spread. They get it done. Now, interesting news today. We got to talk about real quick. Buffalo Bills have announced you have to be vaccinated to enter the stadium, which this is a really interesting concept because their star wide receiver, Cole Beasley, is a strong anti-vaxxer. So, should you enforce your fans to take the vaccine but not your players?
I think you got to pick one together. You can't split it. Either everybody's got to have it or you leave the decision to the individual. Because we know why they did it. It's all money. Like, we're not stupid. But I think you got to kind of set a more moral standpoint of letting people have the option. You either tell them, no, Beasley, like, you have to get it if all the fans have to get it because you're all still in the same stadium. Or everybody picking.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know. Like part of it is I think these players that are choosing to be anti-vaxxers, I think they should have to have different, like does Cole Beasley have to be in a bubble suit on the sideline? Like does he have to or just like you have to play with a mask on? Because it's like what, okay, you can choose that, sure. But it's also like
here's the steps you have to do.
This is now like in order for us to play safely, you have to do this. Like that's what I would do instead of this. Because I mean, people are entitled to like if you can have that choice, sure. But then I'm also like, you also have to understand that like, not everyone like this affects everybody, And I don't know. I don't think that's been the dialogue with COVID at all. So that's where I'm like even hesitant to like go into this take. Is COVID's just caused so much confusion on like what does it actually mean to like problem solve? Like, what does it actually mean to like work together and like try to figure out something we've never done before? And instead, we just kind of bicker and, we just draw the line in the sand, like, oh, vaxxer, anti-vax, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't know. It's just a headache. It's just a headache.
If Cole Beasley gets hurt and they got a home game and he can't dress, is he allowed to come?
No.
Good question. Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I don't know. Wes, I take the same take as you, Wes. If you tell your fans they have to, gotta tell your players they have to.
Everybody's got to.
Tim, you're the medical expert here. See, I changed it up.
Ignorance, misinformed, douchebag, plays the victim. I can't stand him. That being said, I do agree with you guys. I think you can't have one without the other. It's got to be across the board. You can't say, "Oh, we're going to be a safe environment for you to come and enjoy the sport that you love." Yet our players aren't vaccinated, so doesn't make sense on paper. Doesn't make sense logically. Cole Beasley, here's the door. Get out of here.
Here. You heard it from the doctor here first. All right. Moving on. Let's keep with our pick'ems here. That's the deepest we'll go ever on the pub, I feel like. Which that was good. I think we needed to do that. That was awesome. Here we go. Minnesota, Arizona Cardinals. We already talked about Chandler Jones, Kyler Murray, putting on a show. Already talked about Cincinnati smoking on that Vikings pack. Arizona, 4.5 point favorite, over under set at 51. What do we say?
Chandler Jones keeps the hot streak up. He's technically on pace to get 85 sacks this year.
That would be insane.
Yeah, especially because the records are 22 and a half.
Oh my
By
God.
Michael Strahan.
That would be absurd.
I got the Cards. But I think this one will be closer than last week. I think Minnesota's offense gets on the board a lot more.
Do you think the Vikings are better than Titans? Is that what you're saying?
Not overall, no.
Okay.
Do you guys, from this last week, can you guys think of a more impactful player that literally changed the flow of the game than Chandler Jones? Like, I'm trying to sit here and think of any one player, defense or offense. Like he got 5 sacks. That's just crazy. I think Arizona is just, I try not to hype them up. I feel like every year I'm always like, ooh, we got to watch out for Arizona. And they kind of are inconsistent. If they have any shred of consistency this year from like what they just played, whoa, I'm going Cards.
I just think the Cards have a lot of pieces. It's not just Jones. It's not just Kyler Murray. Hopkins, man, I mean, this is his second year in Arizona. He looks like he's set for one of his biggest seasons. J.J. Watt, I think a lot of the attention on Watt opens up Jones. I think there's just a lot of good things going on in Arizona. This is my team I'm excited to watch. I'm curious to see how long they can keep a win streak going. And I think they keep it going against Minnesota. So I'm taking Arizona.
Yeah, Tim, you said you're betting on the Rams every week.
That's going to be a great matchup.
Cardinals are my bet. I'm betting on them every week. That offense, electric. Defense, shutting them down. Give me the Cards by a mile, a country mile, city mile. Don't matter. Give me the Cards. Let's move in to I got a feeling this might be Devin's I don't give a shit about game.
Really? No, because the Bucks are good. It's always 2 teams that suck.
Yeah, maybe it was the I don't know. We'll have to get his take on that later on. Tampa Bay, hot Atlanta, and we call them hot because they're a hot mess down there. Tampa Bay, 12.5 point favorite, over under set at 52. Tampa Bay gets a home game here. What do we say?
Tampa Bay's gonna beat the shit out of
Yeah,
them.
it's worst team against the defending champs. I'm taking the Bucks.
Yeah, I thought that Dallas Buccaneers game was going to be a blowout. This is just going to be like some of it might actually need to be censored. I guess this could get really ugly. Not safe for TV.
Well, that Dallas game and Tampa game was real close. Now, guess who the Buccaneers get next week? They get the Rams. Once again, are we looking ahead at the Rams instead of Atlanta? Yes, you are. But you still beat them. Give me the Bucks by a mile. I think you can against Atlanta. They're terrible. Air Bear going against Dak Prescott. There you go, Fitz. Just for you. LA -3 favorite. Over under set at 55. What do we say?
I got Dallas.
Great QB matchup. I thought these were the two quarterbacks that, for me, I thought they shined in week one for different reasons. I think Dak put up the numbers, but I thought Herbert just came out. He's poised. He's groomed. He's the guy in LA and beat a tough Washington defense. I love this matchup. This is the one game I have not circled a pick. I'm really struggling, but I'm going to take Air Bear. I'm going to take Justin Herbert, even though Dallas has a pretty easy schedule at this point. I think this is a game that they lose, and it's a great game. But I believe in Herbert. I think he's going to be the buzz or one of the things we talked about this year. So, give me LA.
Yeah, I'm going with you, Fitz. I think what it's going to come down to is how well each team manages checkdowns to the running backs. And we saw Washington do a great job against the Chargers. You know, that offense, they like to if he's not getting a pass down the field, he's checking it down to Eckler. I think both teams last week did a decent job with that. I wonder how Dallas is going to do with the Chargers backfield. Because Zeke, to me, correct me if I'm wrong, Zeke seems pretty one-dimensional. Like I don't watch a lot of games. I don't see him catching a lot outside of the backfield.
Not as much as some of the other running backs, but he can.
Yeah. I just
He's capable of it, but he doesn't get utilized in that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's what it's going to come down to is the catching yards from the running backs, and I think that's going to make the difference. I'm going to LA.
You know, Chargers coming off a close game against Washington. They get the win, though. Dallas coming off a close game against Tampa Bay. They take the L. I coach with a really good coach for a long time now. And he says, hey, do it on paper. Easiest way to do it. Which position would you take from each team? The center, which team? Dallas, LA. And you go on, so on and so on. Dallas is a better team. Give me the Cowboys. Now, I think the Chargers have a great season. Cowboys get this dub, though.
I agree.
It's going to be a great game. I like that one.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Another potential great game, if I don't hit the wrong person. Seattle Seahawks, Tennessee Titans. Patrick Mahomes traded to Seattle. Seattle, 5.5-point favorite. This game should be good on paper, but the Titans we just saw, maybe it's not a good game. What do you guys say?
I don't know, because I still got so much confidence in the Titans. I don't know. This might be the toughest one now. No, screw it. I'll take the Titans. Derrick Henry bounce back game. Didn't he only have like 12 yards last game?
Yeah, it was bad.
That's not happening.
I'm going to have to go with Seattle. To me, the Titans right now are just this like prove it to me, like show me. You know, I can't give them the benefit of the doubt like I could last season of, oh yeah, Henry's going to be eaten. Like Seattle went off last week and Titans just very bland. I don't know. I'm going Seattle until Tennessee proves me otherwise. And I'll probably be going against Titans a lot unless we see some change.
Yeah, I put a lot on Carson Wentz and the Colts against the Seahawks last week. I thought there was going to be more offense from their end. I think it could happen with Tennessee. I think Julio and AJ Brown could get humming. I think obviously Derrick Henry as well could give these Seahawks a really good run defense some trouble. I am going to take Tennessee in this one, just because I don't quite think Seattle. Everyone is putting Seattle pretty high, and I don't think they're that good. I really don't. So I'm going to take Tennessee.
Man, every bone in my body wants to take Tennessee here, but this is in Seattle. Give me the Hawks. Give me the 12th man. Give me Seattle. But, man, this is a close game. I'll take Titans with the points, but I got to take Seattle money line here. I've got to. They're so good, especially at home. Now, if that pick stressed you out like it did us, go use Pure Spectrum CBD oil. Use our code PUB20. Get 20% off. All their products are phenomenal. Right here, I got their black label, Pure Spectrum. Me and Claudia have been using it all on like sores. We've been redoing our floors here. We're sore. We're tired. Black label lotion. It's phenomenal. Oil, gummies. They got it all. Bath salts. Go hit them up. Boys, I know you guys are loving it. I got a special package for you guys this weekend. It's coming.
Oh, baby.
All right, let's continue on with our picks here. Only a few more to go. We've got a battle of quarterback class. Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens, Mahomes, Jackson, Kansas City, 3.5-point favorite. Over under set at 55. A lot of points being scored here. What do we say?
I'm scared to bet against the Chiefs just because I know how good they can be. I'm going Mahomes, and I hope Jackson makes a TikTok before the game.
Yeah, sorry, Devin. I'm going Chiefs.
I love this matchup. Two of my favorite quarterbacks to watch. Mahomes just amazes me that, again, against the Browns, and heck, I know you get a Chiefs take, but against the Browns, like the Browns had him on the ropes. And it's just like Mahomes he takes over. He just knows, like he makes a play when they need it. I mean, he literally does. And I want to take the Ravens so bad, but I can't for that reason. That Mahomes, I know he'll get it done. So I'll take the Chiefs. Even though I really want to pick Baltimore, I got to take the Chiefs.
This is a tough one. This is a dream matchup. This is hey, you got to watch these guys in the prime on like just the grand scale. Like, yes, give it to me. This is Sunday Night Football. I'm excited for it. The Chiefs, they only play when they want to play, though. That's my take. You could tell against Cleveland, they're going through the motions, and then when Mahomes said, hey, we're picking this shit up, now they start going. But it's up to them how good they are. They like to coast, and then in the fourth quarter, they like to pick it up. You cannot do that against the Ravens. No matter how many injuries they have, they're too well coached. They're too athletic. They have to come out hot. If they don't, they lose. Give me the Ravens here to win. Monday Night Football. Pub rivalry, baby. Here we go. Two teams, 0-1. They get the big stage. I'm just talking a lot of shit till Cincinnati loses. Green Bay, Motor City, knee biters. Green Bay, 10.5-point favorite. Over under set at 48. What do we say?
I love the Randall Cobb right there. I love it.
I thought you would.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. You should have put Jamal Williams on the bottom there. That would have been just the double packer. This would have been great. I'm not ready for the Packers to start a season 0-2. I don't know if I can handle it, especially knowing that we lose the Jameis and then Tim's Lions. I'm picking my Packers, but I'm not feeling good about it after last week.
I don't know what to say, Evan. I mean, I think we all know I'm going with Detroit here. just after seeing us fight back instead of just kind of get hit in the balls and throw interceptions, I am so confident that we are going to make this a much closer game than any media member realizes.
I agree with you, Tim. Y'all are the opposite of us. You guys showed fight, and we didn't. We laid down. So I totally no. I agree with you.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll stick with Tim. Give me the Lions.
Oh my gosh!
Thanks,
Wes.
man. Thanks,
Oh
man.
my
I needed that.
gosh, dude.
Yeah, man.
I need that energy.
I need them. Look, week 3 we meet Fitz, so I need you guys, in a slump.
Man, I'm worried because Aaron Rodgers is getting blasted all over social media, getting blasted by the media. He's coming off angry as hell. Still has 2 holes in the offensive line. Motor City Dan Campbell's MCDC biting kneecaps. Fitz, I'm saying Thundercats. Ho! Give me the Lions, baby.
Are
I just
you
broke the
kidding
iPad.
me?
Give me
Are you
Detroit. Green Bay starts 0-2.
All right, we'll sleep. Y'all sleeping on us, okay?
Bad
Wow.
franchises stick together.
This is amazing.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
So y'all, the spread is 10.5 for Green Bay. So y'all are gonna take the.
I'm taking the 10.5 with Detroit. I'm not taking the money line. But for this show, I'm taking Detroit to win.
Yeah,
But when I put this bet in, I'm putting Detroit with the points.
yeah.
All right. We got a couple listener questions, and then we're going to do a random question. Get the hell out of here. This has been a long show, but it's been a
Yeah.
fun show, boys.
Yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah.
enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
we've been in here for forever. Yes, it was a good one.
Andrew Price, best college quarterbacks so far. And I love college football, so I'm going to start. Grant Wells for Marshall has been electric. He was a true freshman last year, diced it up. This year, he's been nothing short but greatness again. He's my number 1 guy. I just love what he's doing there. He doesn't get a lot of exposure because he plays for Marshall. The other guy plays in the SEC, Matt Carroll, Ole Miss. Dude runs, dices. He is electric. I think he could be a phenomenal NFL player if he gets his mind right. I like him as well. Those are my 2 top college quarterbacks right now.
Is it not fair to say Bryce Young at Alabama?
Yeah, absolutely. You could definitely say Bryce Young. He is the Heisman favorite right now.
I don't know. That's kind of a scapegoat answer, but I mean it is true.
I got one for you. How about Chase mother flipping Bryce?
Now, we love Chase here. I love what he does. He's a game manager. He knows how to manage the game well. But I think I think Chase Bryce will have a phenomenal season. And I'm excited to see how this offense keeps clicking. You got to realize he's only been on offense for a very short time. What we saw in Miami was only a taste of what's going to happen. I'm excited to see Chase Bryce.
I got enough. I got no comment for quarterback. I don't know enough.
Nick Starkel
Chase.
might be another one. San Jose State, good guy, good quarterback. But Tim, I like Chase Bryce.
Oh,
I'm
because
backtracking a little bit now.
Yeah, it sounded like a minute ago you didn't. So
No, I love Chase Bryce. We're a big Chase Bryce show here.
that's
Big
right.
fans of him. He's always welcome back. He was a phenomenal guest here.
That's right.
And we always want to see App do well. All right. Tim, Jay Gray just wants to hear you roast Fitz.
I mean,
What the hell is this shit?
I mean, I feel like he's taken quite a lot with Green Bay's 3 points. Like, I feel like I don't know. There's a point where you like to roast someone, and then there's a point where it's like it's too much. And Fitz didn't ask for Green Bay. I mean, at least this last week, I've gotten to him on a couple occasions last season, but I feel like I can't. Now,
Not until Monday night.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
say,
we'll see
yeah.
what happens Monday. That's
yeah, Jay
yeah.
Gray, if we take it, I got you. Okay,
Yeah. And
I'm
Tim's
gonna
entitled
roast.
to if the Packers are 0-2 come next week. I think Tim's entitled to all the roasting that he wants.
Tim, I want you to come out with a Ric Flair robe, Honolulu blue color, silver, maybe a line around your neck, whatever it might be. Race car helmet on. Just lay into him.
You know
Yeah.
what? Here's the thing though. Rodgers, after that performance, Rodgers is gonna come out. He's gonna throw I'm just gonna say it, 7 touchdowns. I think he's throwing lasers on Monday night. Lasers in the home opener.
The thing is, all right. So what if Green Bay wins? Evan can't roast me. That's like
yeah.
the chubby kid
yeah.
in gym class getting picked on by the athlete. Like you just don't do that,
Exactly.
Like I have every advantage here. So just throwing that out there.
That's true.
I was also the chubby kid in gym class, by the way.
God. All right, and our last one. Red Cups football, college football wants to know, will Coach Alton from USC ever get another job after just the debacle USC has faced?
Not now. If he would have gone off the second half, man, maybe I would have took a chance on him. But man, he just really,
He didn't show any passion.
yeah, come on. Like I don't want this man leading young men
Tim's fine with losing.
with that.
Get him
No,
out.
he's done. In my best Parker voice, he's done.
Done. Dead. Get him out. I think I'm with you. I don't know another head coach. He'll get a coordinating job. Obviously, most head coaches do, but I don't think he'll get a head coaching job.
What if they swap Urban? What if they just do a flip flop?
Then we know Jacksonville is just like, we're trying to move this franchise out of Jacksonville. Please, dear God, someone buy it from us.
Yeah, that's a bad take. Almost as bad as Bill Belichick.
If he loses to the Jets, he's done. He's on the hot seat.
Oh my
He's not dead, but he's on the hot seat. All right, that's it. Random question time. Anybody got one for us?
I do.
All right, lay it on us.
Well, it does involve football, but would you guys rather? Okay, so what's a lot of money in a fantasy league? Like, what is like a lot of money that y'all would a reason? Not like millions of dollars, but
Like money for buy-in
no, like to win.
to win.
Like, how much money is like? Oh shit, that's a lot of money.
Um,
That's a reasonable number.
well, today's random question is sponsored by Raise Energy. Use our code PUB to get 15% off all their products. They're our sponsor for our random question here.
Oh yeah, I had one at work today.
Yeah. Hey, good stuff. So buy-in's not a factor, just how much we can win.
Yeah, no, just how much you can win. What is like? Damn, that's a lot of money.
I mean, I'd say like a couple $1,000s is a lot of money.
That's what I was gonna say. It's 5,000.
Like for me, like if I was like, oh, the pot, like everyone's put in $500.
All right,
You
it's
know.
5,000. 5,000. Would you rather go all the way to the championship but lose in the fantasy league, but your favorite team wins the Super Bowl, or vice versa?
And if I
You
win,
win the
I get $5,000.
Yeah, you'll get the 5,000, but your team gets all the way to the Super Bowl to lose.
Oh, I would take Packers winning the Super Bowl or $5,000.
I think I'm the same way. I think I want to see Steelers win the Super Bowl than the.
Dude, you could put 10,000 on there. Me and Tim are still probably going to take Lions and
Yeah, well,
Bengals
you
to win
guys
Super
suck.
Bowl.
100%.
Yeah. Now, 50,000?
Yeah, see, that's the question.
Yeah, that's why I said
Like,
it'd be
what is the price tag?
Okay, what is the price where you're like, no, I want the money?
Like if I'm looking at I'm thinking like teacher salary, like $30,000. if I just won $30,000. That is a significant amount of money. Like I could like, really utilize that. Like, I mean, I would really waffle that. Like, man, like that's a year's salary just right here in my pocket. Like I can play with that and like, not just like I want that. Like I could really use that. Like I could, almost. But man, do I not just want my team to win the Super Bowl? That'd be tough, but I think I'd take the money then.
I'd probably take it if it was that much.
Yeah, I think it had to be 50,000 for me at least, and I'd still have a hard time just because I want to see Cincinnati win.
Yeah, and you'd take that money, and then you'd just be like, "Golly, I just robbed all these players and all these fans and all these people of a moment." Like even for Tim, the Kitty Cats have never been to the Super Bowl, so I feel like the price tag has to be like way up here.
It would have to be six figures.
Good guy, Tim.
Like
Detroit's
really,
hero.
like
Tim's got that doctor salary, so
my
money's a little bit.
No, we're not going into that. But like my family, like we've never seen the Lions win. Like there was countless seasons where my dad was like, "It's the same old damn Lions." I would give up a large amount of money to see him do it.
Oh, is your whole family Lions fans?
Unfortunately, most of us, yes.
Well, that's sad.
Hey, we were born into it, man. It's not something I asked for.
You never asked to be in these franchises.
Yeah,
you're born into it.
I didn't do this willingly. I was.
Yeah.
Yes, I was lucky enough to pick the Steelers.
That's a good question, Wes. Man, like I'm gonna be honest, boys. If it was enough to start this show full time, if we could do this Monday through Saturday, Monday through Friday daily, and this was our job, I'm taking that money.
Oh shit, yeah, me too.
Like if it was enough to like put it into like, hey boys, I got all our salaries for a year, then I'll hands down take the money.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. Build a studio.
Yep. That's about it. Hey,
I actually have competent Wi-Fi for me to do my job.
Yeah, that'd be nice, right? Hey, one heck of a show, a long show, big show, a lot of stuff to cover. I hope you guys had one hell of a time watching us, listening to us, all that stuff. Go enjoy some sports. Go bet on them this weekend. Drink a cold one. Share with a friend. All that stuff. Just have one hell of a time.
Bye.
Peace.
Have a wonderful time. See ya.
And a bit go well.